When I joined the basketball team in 4th grade, I thought I was the greatest player of all time, running up and down the court, scoring threes, dunking it. But in actuality, I was the slowest kid on the team. I tripped on my own shoelaces, and I gave myself way more than a dozen's worth of bloody noses. Though I thought I was the best, in actuality, I was the mediocrest, which is incredibly apropos of today's prompt that everything is awesome, which we can garner the knowledge that though everything may seem awesome, it's not, and we have to work to fix it. And this can be understood through the idea that the quote came from the Lego movie, where the most infamous song of them all stems from everything is awesome, everything's cool when you're part of a team, everything's awesome when you're living on a dream. We examine the ideas of when people work to make everything awesome, when people work to make everything cool as working on a team, and when everyone works to be living on a dream, we can all succeed and grow as people. So those who worked to make everything awesome can be best understood the ideas of The Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby is a text detailing the life of Jay Gatsby and Nick Carraway. Jay Gatsby, a kind of recluse but incredibly rich living on a hill guy, and Nick Carraway, just a dude who writes books. But Nick became incredibly good friends with Gatsby, and over the course of their friendship, he slowly opens up Gatsby's shell to the idea that he should propose or express his romantic feelings to Daisy, Gatsby's longtime love. But Gatsby is constantly fearful of this expression of love, but as he grows forward and forward and starts to be opened up his eyes by Nick, he realizes that the steps to becoming awesome are those of when he achieves his dreams of asking out Daisy. Ultimately, he asks out Daisy, and she's kind of flirty with him because after spending his whole life pining away for her, the fact that he was able to take initiative, see the flaw in himself, and push to become awesome is even more reflective of how he wanted to grow as a person. Moving on from those who wanted to be awesome, we ultimately come to those who were willing to look cool and be part of a team. And this is understood through the anti-capitalist rhetoric of the Bolshevik Revolution. The Bolsheviks were a group of people who were constantly pushed down repeatedly and repeatedly by Tsar Nicholas II. And Tsar Nicholas II was not a good guy. For that same reason, when the Bolsheviks did get power, they killed him on the spot. Tsar Nicholas was constantly forcing his own capitalist ideas onto the people of the Bolsheviks. They didn't like it, and by working as a team, they stepped up, overthrew his regime, and thus pushed him down into nothingness, establishing a long-lasting communist regime that lasted for almost 100 years. And in communism is literally community or working as a team. Because when you establish those principles, when you work hard, you can then be awesome and thus grow much like the Bolsheviks did. So now that we've looked at those who work together as a team to grow, we ultimately have to examine those who are fighting to live their dream. And this is understood through Star Wars. Sure, it's a little cheesy looking at the lone Luke Skywalker standing up to the entire regime of the Empire, but you examine the idea of his dream to just escape the incredibly boring desert that was Tatooine. When he worked together, stood strong, and fought for his own beliefs, he was able to fight back the encroaching forces of yet another capitalist force of the Empire. I wonder if there's a theme here. But the idea that he was able to stand up, ultimately become incredibly strong, become a Jedi Master, and resist the oncoming forces of a totalitarian dictatorship reflects that his dreams to achieve freedom, safety, and inspire peace for all of the universe are incredibly universal truths. Because when we acknowledge these, accept these, and work to follow them just like Luke Skywalker did, we can all see that everything is awesome, but only if you recognize the flaws in society and thus work to fix them. So today, we examine the faults of those that believe everything is awesome, and simply that looking at everything, seeing their flaws, but working to fix it through the ideas of everything being awesome, working as a team, and achieving your dreams, we can all gather the knowledge that we can grow as people only when we do that. Which I probably should have taken this lesson when it came to my basketball career. Though I wasn't the fastest, strongest, or even smartest kid on the court, sometimes I made baskets in the wrong team. Come 5th grade year, when I buckled down, got my head in the game, as the infamous song says, I got serious, got ready, and actually, I scored a basket this time. Not a lot, just the one, but it was improvement nonetheless.